Welcome to Beyond 60 Unscripted. This is a podcast that proves that life after 60 isn't just about slowing down. Really, it's not about slowing down at all. It's about leveling up. I'm your host, Ruth Williams-Brinkley, and I couldn't be more excited to welcome you to our very first episode. Each week on Beyond 60 Unscripted, we're going to explore what it really means to thrive beyond the traditional mileposts we set for life. We're going to talk about love. We're going to talk about health. We're going to talk about purpose in life. We're going to talk about reinvention. Whatever comes up, we're going to discuss it. And yes, we're even going to talk about the messy, hilarious, and sometimes unexpected parts of life that come with aging. This is about real talk, it's about real stories, and it's about real inspiration. But here's the twist. I'm not going to be doing it alone. Each week, I'll be joined by a very special guest co-host. People who bring their own unique wisdom, they bring their own humor, they bring their own life experience to this discussion. And together, we're going to dig into the issues that matter most, and we're going to share ideas that can help us all navigate this really incredible stage of life. So look forward to welcoming you, and we're going to get started. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I've spent the last 40 plus years in healthcare, most of it in healthcare leadership, but I'm also a registered nurse by training, a part of my life I really, really enjoy. In addition to being a registered nurse, I have also served as the president of Kaiser Permanente Mid-Atlantic. I've been a chief nurse. I've been a consultant. I've been a lot of things. Throughout my career, though, I have been most passionate about bringing purpose and bringing joy to people who I interact with. And I've always wanted to make room for every voice at the table. Now that I'm retired from my professional career, let me tell you a little bit about my personal life. It's messy, but it's also a lot of fun. I have moved to a new area of the country where I live in a multi-generational household with my daughter and her family. And you never know what's going to happen on any given day. I have things that I do, and then my little granddaughters run in, and sometimes they interrupt what I'm doing. You may even see them interrupting this podcast. I'm sure many of you have grandchildren as well. Some days I'm doing school pickups after school for my granddaughters. Some days I'm taking them to dance lessons or taking them to whatever they have going on. It wasn't exactly how I thought my life after 60 would evolve, but you know what? It's been a lot of fun. And the joy I get is being near family and seeing my little granddaughters grow up. And every day they show me something new. In addition to that, I said I'd moved to a new part of the country, and I'm making new friends at an age in life where you really don't kind of envision yourself making new friends in a new part of the country. But I'm enjoying every bit of it. I have learned to look at it as a sense of adventure, and I've learned to just take every day as a gift and take whatever that day brings. I have made new friends. I've kept my old friends. I've traveled. And we're going to talk about a lot of that. Some of you may like to travel. I love car trips. I love road trips. I also like to do cruises. Some of you may like that. But I also like to stay home too. So I love life, and I'm loving this part of my life after 60. So that's why this podcast exists, to help us talk about life after 60. There is nowhere that I'm aware of you can go and really talk about the things that really matter to people over 60. There are various organizations that have things for people over 60. There's the Golden Bachelor, the Golden Bachelorette. But I want this to be the place where we talk about life after 60, 60 and beyond, and I want it to be unscripted. That's why we named it Beyond 60 Unscripted. We're going to talk about all the things that are important to us over 60. And I want to hear your ideas about what's important to you. And I want to hear what you want to hear us talk about. So join us. I'm really happy to have you here, and I'm happy to have this opportunity to have this dialogue with you. So let's be honest. Let's just ask why is this podcast important? Why do I want to talk about this? Well, I'm so glad you asked. And the reason is because aging today looks nothing like it did for past generations. I remember my own grandmother, my own mother. Unfortunately, my mother didn't live long, but my grandmother lived a long time. And this is not what she was doing. And so we're living longer, we're staying healthier, we're staying more active, and we're asking bigger, bolder questions about what we want to do for the next 20, 30, even 40 years. And what does that look like? We're asking questions about love. We're asking questions about loss. We're asking questions about how do I start over? And we're asking questions about our health. What are the kinds of things that are bothering me? I can tell you about myself. When I get up in the morning, things hurt that never hurt before. And I have to make myself get up. I have to make myself go to the gym. And this is one of the things that I'm doing. I never loved working out. I'm just going to be really honest. I didn't. But now I go to the gym 3 times a week. I walk every single day, a number of miles. I try to get in between 10, 12,000 steps. Don't always get them in, but I try. And walking has given me a lot of joy. I've caught up on um, TV series that I wouldn't have had a chance to do. A lot of things that I would not have had the chance to do when I was working. And that's what this part of life gives us. It gives us the opportunity to explore things. Some people learn to play the piano. I took piano lessons for 12 years. I'm not good at it. So that's not for me. But if you are musical, some do it. Some people take voice lessons. Some people paint. Some people develop their artistic skills. I remember George W. Bush talking about his paintings. And I think he's done a number of really nice paintings. It was a talent that he had, but he didn't have a chance to pursue it while he was president. So we may not have been president. We may not have even been in charge of anything but our own lives and our work schedules. But this is a time to do whatever you want to do. And some people are continuing to work full-time jobs, part-time jobs. I just read about a woman who is, I think she's 100, over 101 or 102 in New York, and she owns her own shop, and she runs it with her daughter and her granddaughter. Goes to work every single day. Isn't that amazing? She has figured out that this is her life passion, and she feels that that keeps her going and it makes her feel useful. And that's what this podcast is all about. Whatever we want to do to make ourselves feel alive, useful, healthy, and interacting with others. And we're also going to be talking about how we redefine life on our own terms, whether you're reinventing your career, whether you're rediscovering a hobby, managing new health realities, navigating relationships, or just wondering what's next. You're not alone, and we're going to talk about it here. Each episode is going to offer stories, ideas, and tools to help you make this chapter not just meaningful, but really magnificent and fun. Because this is a time, at least in my life, where I can stay up late if I want to. I had to go to bed early when I was working because I had to get up early. I can stay up until 1 or 2 in the morning if I want to. I can watch series. I have gotten into sports. I really love watching football and basketball. I've learned the complex rules of football. Can't say I've got them down completely, but I have learned the rules. I've always been a basketball fan. I kind of know the rules. I have favorite teams. I watch them. I'm not doing fantasy sports yet, but I really enjoy it. Mm. And I talked about going to the gym. I don't love the gym, but I really like going to the gym. I have to admit it. I like it. I like the strength building that I'm doing, and I like the people that I see at the gym, and I see a lot of people that are my age and who look like me. So, we're going to be here to talk about all these things and more. What are the things that are bothering us? What are the things that bring us joy? What are the things that just make us feel good? I'm going to talk about relationships. Do you want to find a relationship? I found a relationship. I'm a widow, but I found a relationship later in life. Didn't think I'd ever want to do that. Um, it's It's like unwrapping a gift. Every day beyond 60 is a gift. And we want to make sure we handle the gifts that we're given with care, with joy, and that we share them with ourselves and with other people. So I couldn't be more excited to have you join and be on this journey with me. I'm excited. We're going to talk about all those unmentionable things that people may not want to talk about, but we know they are part of life. So, welcome to the journey. I'm looking forward to having you along, and I'm sure I'm going to learn as much from you as hopefully you'll learn from me and the guests we're going to have on this podcast. And now I am going to introduce what I believe is going to be one of our favorite segments going forward. It's something we call the Beyond 60 Buzz. And in the Beyond 60 Buzz, we're going to take a quick look at trending stories, breakthroughs, and headlines shaping the lives of people 60 and beyond. This week, let's talk about a study that caught my eye, and you may find things that catch your eye as you communicate with us. I hope you'll let us know about those. This study tells us that researchers found that people who take up brand new hobbies in retirement, like I took up going to the gym, I don't know if it's a hobby yet, it's a necessity at this point, but hopefully it will become a hobby for me. And professional sports have definitely become a hobby for me. But anyway, it's something they've never done before. And the studies show that people who do this report higher levels of cognitive sharpness and emotional well-being. And we want to make sure that we keep our brains sharp. Some people may want to take up gardening. I talked earlier about some people take up piano lessons or music lessons or singing or other things. Some people take up knitting and crocheting or whatever just you've always wanted to do, but maybe didn't have time to do, or maybe not even the skill to do. You can learn it at this stage in your life. And the benefit of that is that learning to do something new keeps you sharp, which means that it's never too late to start something new. And there are mental health benefits as well as physical benefits of taking up something new. So, one of the other things I want to leave you with as we wrap up each episode is something we call the silver lining. And it's a little spark of wisdom, a little tidbit, a little encouragement to carry with you throughout the week or until we meet again. So, this is today's silver lining. You don't need a roadmap to thrive. All you need is the courage to keep moving forward. Whether you're planning your next adventure, whether you're showing up for yourself in a new way, whether you're helping your family with things you hadn't anticipated, whatever it is you're doing, the courage to keep going forward will carry you far. So don't give up, just keep moving forward. And just like that, our first episode is in the books. I am so grateful and so thankful that you chose to join us and to spend this time with me. So thank you for doing that, and I hope you'll come back. So don't forget to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and to watch the video version on YouTube if you want to. You can also follow us on social media to share your thoughts and stories. We'd love to hear them, and we want to know what Beyond 60 means to you and any topics that you may want to discuss. Next time, we have a real treat in store for you. I am going to be joined by Leslie Breaksick. Leslie is an incredible executive coach. She's an author, she's an entrepreneur. And Leslie is going to be joining me for a powerful conversation about how do you transition to your next season in life and how, not only how you do it, but how you do it with purpose and how you do it with joy. You won't want to miss it because she has a lot of interesting things to say. Leslie is just a phenomenal author and executive coach. I have had the opportunity to read her book, and I just know that you're going to enjoy her as much as I enjoy her because she really has a unique approach to thinking about these next chapters of our lives. So join us next time for Leslie Brasic as she talks about um, our next season. And until then, keep dreaming, keep growing, and most of all, keep living life your way because the best years are still to come and they're still ahead. So let's just keep moving forward.